Keep it pyro.
It's time for our next special guest here at Pyro Radio with me, Jay Fresh. You know we always pick out artists who are doing bits and are making music that we think is sick. Now, I tried to get this guy on the phone midway through last year, but our timetables and scheduling couldn't work out. But I'm gassed that he's joining us right here in early 2021. Man like TIZ East on the phone. What's happening, bro?
Come on, my guy. I'm good, man. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm really good, man. And like I said, I did reach out. We tried to get something sorted last year, but it didn't add up. But I'm glad I've got you in now, and especially at the start of the year, because I feel like there is so much good energy around you and your music and your career at the moment. It seems like a really good start to the year for you. How are you finding things?
Yeah, man. It's alright, man. End of last year, we put in so much work, so I guess we're just seeing the rewards of that right now. And yeah, we're ready to kick off the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things happening right now. Can't wait, man.
Definitely. Now, one thing that I loved seeing from you is that at the end of each year, artists like yourself, producers like me, we all do like a montage, a wrap up of like tracks we've released over the last 12 months and whatever. And for you, there was so much music you put out and so many videos, you literally had to have multiple wrap up videos for the socials. I love seeing that, bro. That was sick.
It was like, we couldn't put it all together, bro. We had to make all the clips very short and that. But yeah, it was just mad work. We didn't even eat it until we was making that. I was thinking, yo, we've done a lot this year, man. Yeah, it paid off, I guess, so we're ready for more, bro. Ready for more, man.
Definitely, and I think it's always naturally the end of the year that we start to reflect and look back on what you've done over that, like, the last 12 months. And for you and the amount of music you put out, what I think is really interesting is your time management and your like scheduling, because making sure that you release music regularly and you have that momentum is important, but it's also important to like let each track breathe, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So for you, how did you manage that last year? Because like you said, you put up like 20 odd tracks, bare mixtapes. It was mad. How did you handle that, the timing and the scheduling side of things?
I'll be real, yeah, bro. We just got to work, man. We just got to work, and we released the next song according to how like the one before that done. So if we felt like it needed time, like it was going off, we just give it a bit of time. Like I said, it was independent, so we're just doing everything as it comes, man. Obviously, big up my team, car. They're behind a lot of the stuff as well. It's not just me doing this, but yeah, man, we literally just leave it out to the audience, really, man. Yeah.
Sick. I guess you've got that scope to be as creative as you want, and if a tune really pops off of a project, you could be like, you know what, we can go and cut a quick video now. Like that needs that and kind of develop it. That's a sick way of doing the independent thing, man. You've got full control.
You get up, work. Like, we can literally say today now, yo, we're gonna shoot a video on Friday, and we get. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we work, innit? So. Yeah, man, that's how we plan on continue working. Like, this year is going to be more fire, bro, I promise you.
Yes. Yeah.
We're not stopping.
Good. And that's what I love to see, man. So if we bring it round to like the latest track that's got a lot of heat at the moment, Bad Habits of Moelogo. I mean, first off, it is a banger. Now, it's a banger. I'm not just gassing you because like we have you on the phone line, obviously. Like what I love, let's be real here. Like what I love about it is like, the hook is so wavy. It really is. But then your flow...
You got Moelogo on the hook.
I know. And then your flow is mad. And I'm there just... It's just... I watched the video again, you know, before I called you up, and I was just like, bruv, my head is nodding like crazy. I'm like, your flow is sick, bruv. Like, it's actually sick. I love the track, man. It's heavy.
Beat, it just brings it out, like, bios music, Moelogo. It's mad. You know, man had to come crazy on that, man. Had to come crazy on that. Man's got Moelogo. What is this hook?
Mad. Yeah,
man. That it was fun making that stuff. It was all natural, so it was fun watching it come together. So
definitely. And what's been really good as well and really encouraging is like that track in particular, in this exact moment, the reaction and the reception, not just from fans, but from, you know, radio, just platforms, everyone is really getting behind it, man. So how does that feel to be getting that level of support right now? And it's only developing and growing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I appreciate it all the time, and I get messages all the time, random people, and it's just, sometimes it's hard to take in, but I'm just like, yeah, you lot like what I'm doing, so yeah, man, it gives me more energy. I want to do more. Like, if you hear the conversation with my manager, I'm ready to do more, bro. Like, that's all that makes me do. So I appreciate everyone that obviously been showing me love, reaching out, whatever. Yeah, it motivates me, man. It's crazy.
Now, it's really good to hear, man. I mean, you've always put yourself out there as someone with like the good energy, you know, surrounding yourselves with the right people, and like, you know, keep it moving forward, which I love to see. And I feel like that's really reflected in your music as well, because like you managed to harness, good word I find, harness. You managed to harness, like, there's certain tracks, there's this swing, there's that melody, and then other tracks you've got like the bars. So like if we look at, say, Rap Lounge, for example, versus Chargy, like they're very different tunes, but you execute them both really well. And I really like that versatility that you can execute well, man. That's heavy.
Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. It's just working. It's the vibe. That studio, whatever the vibe is that day, that is like gonna add up to what type of tune I make, innit? So yeah, man.
It's good.
Thank you, bro.
No, you're welcome, man. It's important to put it out there. And for me, I'm someone, yeah, not only as a radio presenter, DJ, producer, all that stuff, I'm someone who is the fan of music first and foremost. So for me, I like hearing artists who can do a range of music and do it well, because for you, no two tunes sound the same, and to me that's a real strength. Is that something you're always aware of, or is that just studio vibes?
I appreciate when people notice that, I can't lie, because that's what I try to be. I always say, like, when you want to make a beat for me, I tell the producers I want a weird beat, or I don't want a normal sounding beat. I want to sound different all the time. Like, seriously, when you're in my sessions, I'll tell them I don't want a beat that just sounds normal. I want it to sound different. I want to flow different. Like, I don't see the point in just being exactly like everyone else, bro. I'll be real. Like, if everyone else is already doing something, it's a bit easy to just do that as well. I like to do something else and sound different.
Sounds of the...
And I got bad boy producers around me because they make that happen.
But I guess that's sick then as well, because like I've always seen the studio as like it is the brainstorming place. You come out with the craziest ideas, and some of them don't work, but sometimes that crazy idea works so well.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
That's why it's always about who you're in the studio with and the vibe you have in the studio, because that's really going to reflect on what type of music you make.
100%. I was going to say, took the words out of my mouth there, bro. Like, it just feeds into the music and the energy and the vibrancy. Yeah, it's there. Now, one thing that I've missed like crazy has been, I've done no DJ gigs, no festivals, nothing in like, well, almost a year now. So,
yeah, coming to a year.
To me, that hurts me. Now, for artists such as yourself, who are consistently making tracks that you could perform and PA, of course, there's been no shows. So, like, how frustrating is that for you, not being able to share the live element of your new tunes with the fans?
It's crazy. You know what? I can only imagine what certain other artists are going through, and you're missing mad bookings here. But for me, it's just like the hype that I know that it would have come with, especially Bad Habits. Like, everyone tells me all the time, like, bro, if the clubs were open, this would have gone off. And it's one of them ones, I know that for that tune specifically, that would have been a sick tune for the clubs, innit? So that is my one frustration. Everything else is like, oh, I get it, because everyone else is going through this. So it's like, who am I to really be, we're all going through this, so it's peak, we get it. But because Bad Habits took off, and it's like, kind of knew that, if the clubs were open, you would have taken off even more, performing it would have been nuts. It's like, yeah, man. I wish I could have like got in the club with that when the hype was really like around now, you know what I'm saying? But as long as you can make more bangers, bro, to me as well, I know I can make more bangers.
Exactly.
I'm not really worried, innit? So it's like, it'll come, innit? It's just sweet that we can't do it right now, innit?
Yeah.
That's all it is. And as long as you got bangers, it's good.
Definitely. And this is the way I view it. I view it as the frustration is clear because, you know, not only are we talking about show money, but we're talking about the reach, the big festivals, all that stuff. You seeing you seeing the record from an idea come together and then see, you know, people, you know, singing the lyrics back at you and all the stuff, which is just a moment.
Yeah.
What I think as well is though, like, even in this time, if you've made a track that is so good and is connecting so well, even though you have no shows, that to me is a real achievement. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Because usually people look to push songs and shows and things like that, but we've actually had to just do it online. So it's a good thing in a way, isn't it? It just shows us that we can do it. So it's only going to get crazier when everything's back to normal.
Exactly.
Hopefully everything gets back to normal.
But, man, that's the thing. I mean, for a lot of us now, like, we're now in lockdown number 3. And for me, I found the first one was seen as a bit of a novelty. The second one was a bit tough, but this third one, I feel like it's hit quite hard.
Yeah, it's getting weird, car. It's just going more into it, if anything.
How are you kind of handling things this time around? Lockdown number 3, you know, the mental pressure that's there. It seems like it's never ending. Everyone's got their own way of kind of staying positive and doing things. What's kind of working for you in this time?
Bro, I'll be real. I just try not to even think about it. I know it's mad not to think about it, but it's a thing where I feel like I've thought about it so much that I feel like it's not good for my mental health to be thinking about when is this gonna stop? When can we get back to normal? So I just try to stay busy, bro. I'll be real. Write music, chill. You know what I'm saying? Social media is there as well. I can't lie, I've been on social media so much more as soon as this started. It's crazy, like. So I just try to stay busy and not think about it too tough, and it could drive you crazy. Yeah, I stopped watching the news a couple of weeks ago because I was like, nothing's gonna help me here now. Do you know what I mean? It's just the worst. And I'll be real, I feel like the news just like it just scares you more, really. Like it just makes everything seem worse. Like you're thinking, it's long. Stay busy and just don't think too tough about it.
Yeah, 100, man. That's some good advice right there. So a little bit earlier on, we were speaking about the range of support you was getting from across that industry, radio, publications, whatever. Obviously, at the start of the year, a lot of people put out their ones to watch, you know, artists you need to be aware of for the next 12 months. Now, you've been popping off on loads of these lists, bro, and loads of high profile lists as well. So firstly, congrats, but how does that make you feel that more and more people are picking you? Is not only there's a hot song now, but as in this is an artist you've got to really keep an eye on and watch develop over time. How does that resonate with you?
Yeah, thank you. Well, you know what, that just makes me just know. You see, all last year we was working, and I'll be real, certain times it feels like people not taking in what you're doing or how much you're working or the quality of work. So it was like, to see all of that at the start of this year was like, oh snap, so these not slow. They saw what I was doing back then, So that to me, that feels good, because that gets me ready for this year. Because I know that everything I done last year, people actually took that in and they want to see what I got this year. So that's motivation, bro. Everything I get, every support I get to do, that's just motivation. I appreciate it and I take it in as motivation, bro. I'm ready to work for this year. I'm ready to give them that. I want to prove myself. I'm trying to prove myself, bro.
I love that, man.
But it's great to take in the love. That's what I'm saying. If you're working and it seems like people are not taking it in, I'll be real, you just gotta carry on working. All last year, June, July, really, I could have just stopped and said, I put out enough tunes that to take this in. We just carried on, and if we stopped in June, I doubt I would be in any of these lists. Bad habits wouldn't have come around. So yeah, man, it's motivation. So I just keep working, bro.
I love that energy, man. It's all just fuel. It's all just fuel for you, and you're like, I love that energy because like you're like wicked. It's a big achievement. I appreciate the love. Thank you, but we keep grinding, we keep grafting, we keep moving forward. More to do, man. That's sick. Can you please introduce your brand new track, and we'll play it right here, right now.
My bro, thank you for having me on the show. This is Bad Habits featuring Moelogo. Yeah, it's out now on all digital platforms. Stream it. Bow.
I like girls with big